Welcome back, you bunch of stinky weebs. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that I actually am very curious about, and that is AI and art, and basically what is going on in the gaming industry or art industry, really. So let's dive into it. Alright, guys, so I am going to rip the band aid off. AI is basically going to become an integral piece of the internet. If you are into art, if you're an illustrator, if you're drawing, it is unfortunately going to become de facto. It is going to be extremely hard. It's going to become extremely hard to distinguish between something that is hand drawn and something that is generated through an algorithm. It is just something that's going to happen. Unless we're able to establish some kind of system that watermarks images as AI generated, it's going to be impossible to tell the difference. I mean, right now, as it stands, AI is basically an infant in the internet space, and it's become a kerfuffle already. Imagine when AI has millions upon millions of entries to sample from, and the AI is able to draw the hands perfectly. you know, it's gonna be extremely hard. High on Life. This is actually a fairly recent game as of making this video. Rick and Morty creators made High on Life, and they used some AI art. Some posters here that they used are under suspicion of being generated by AI. And unfortunately, this is going to become a very common theme. Why should a company pay individual illustrators or a company to illustrate posters or illustrate work for them if they can just buy a license for an AI generator that they are familiar with or can become familiar with and save on manpower, save on time, and just crank out as many images as they want? So it's going to be fairly daunting for the professional artist. Now, I have here a very beautiful image. Many in the know already know this very infamous image. This was generated by an AI. Very cool looking though, right? It's almost wallpaper worthy. It's pretty darn cool. There's three people, and then the surroundings are just kind of, it's really even hard to identify anything, you know. Um, but it's a beautiful piece nonetheless. But this work was actually submitted to Colorado State's Fair Art Competition and was given out. It basically won. So why try, right? It's insane, and I mean it's a very pretty picture, but you know for a fact no one put, if you're comparing the amount of effort someone must have put into drawing this by hand, it would have been much longer. It would have been much more effort drawing this out by hand than someone just inputting something into an AI generator, right? This has actually all come to a head. There's actually this website called ArtStation. ArtStation is actually a portfolio for professional artists, and if they have something to showcase or something to they want to make a portfolio for themselves to kind of show off what they're about, they come to ArtStation and they create. They just submit their awesome art. Okay, um, but as you can see here, there are some people that are really, really not happy about AI. There was some rumors about ArtStation pics of a bunch of different websites that where a lot of art is uploaded to basically have that as a sample to create AI generators, because they have so many drawings. It's a great place to collect samples from, and are obviously artists don't want to contribute to an AI that might eventually take their fucking jobs, right? I wouldn't want to train the person to replace me, and that's basically what some websites want to do. However, there's some pushback from artists, and they're saying no, we don't want AI. We want, if someone is gonna post on this website, we want it to be legitimate and not computer generated. However, ArtStation has said that, they don't distinguish between who makes the art. If an elephant paints on canvas, is that art? If a monkey does it, is that art? If a human does it, is that art? And if a computer does it, is that art? Do you need a pulse to put pastel to canvas electronically, to call it art? So it is a very, very gray situation. Very gray situation for ArtStation. And it's I really don't see how any professional artist is going to be comfortable with AI art. I mean, even 3D art, something I thought was going to be safe for at least a little bit, really aren't, because people are able to take AI generated images and do this with them, They're able to do a little process where they're able to, using Blender, of course, using the power of the internet, they're able to 3D eyes 2D art. So it's insane. And some of this stuff looks absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, it all looks extremely good, like a fat man at a fucking candy shop. It's hard not to say that this is good, because it looks absolutely fantastic. And of course, there's little details where you can really see that it's computer generated, and it kind of looks off. But some of this stuff looks absolutely fantastic. It's hard. This is extremely daunting for professional artists nowadays, and is extremely daunting to a new generation of artists coming in and seeing the massacre that's happening. If big studios would rather use AI generated stuff in their works than, actual people's illustrations, then why bother even trying? But there are, of course, people basically saying the obvious, that if you're a good artist, you're gonna be okay. True art, true talent shines through and through, regardless of what's happening, right? We just need to learn to adapt, I guess. Well, not me, but artists. Artists got to learn to adapt. I'm not sure if there's going to be any way to distinguish between AI and actual legitimate work, or if it's just going to be a toss-up, right? I mean, it's a very interesting situation, a very interesting time to live in, because you never know, this beautiful work that you're seeing here might not even be theirs. It might have been produced by a computer, but they managed somehow to get away with it. And I mean, wow, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just curious to know what is going to happen. Is there going to be some kind of demarcation line going to be drawn, or are we going to go down a very dark path of complete computer reliance for art going forwards? I don't know. Alright guys, so that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.